Hey everybody, it's Jeff Short with Chauvets DJ. I am here with my friend, product manager Raglan Jones. Raglan, how you doing?
Jeff? I'm doing good.
Good. Well, this big box in front of us is the Cumulus. This is the latest, greatest, amazing low-lying fog effect from Chauvets DJ. And today, we're gonna take you through what it takes to set this thing up and get some great looking low-lying fog effect. Now, the great thing about the Cumulus is it doesn't take any dry ice to achieve that effect. It takes some distilled water, some regular fog fluid, and filling it up to the right levels. And right out of the box, it comes just like this. So it comes in this sturdy road case. It's got obviously your clasps and your locking wheels. And so what we're gonna do is just walk you through getting this thing up and running to create some amazing effects. So let's take a look at that right now. Okay, so I see two tanks here. I see, this is obviously looks like a fog fluid tank.
That's where your fog fluid goes.
And this here clearly says distilled water only.
Exactly.
All right, so let's fill this thing up and show everybody the right levels to fill this thing up to.
So before you even fill up your fluid, you want to make sure your drain valves are in the off position.
So you don't create a flood.
Exactly, while you're pouring in the water.
Right.
You also have on the back panel, you have your power con in, your DMX 3-pin and 5-pin with your power on and off switch. Now we're going to fill up our water reservoir.
Okay. Before you turn it on?
It's better to turn it on so the pump can start flowing, so when you're pouring in the water, it's cycling through the back over the agitator.
Okay, and I see there's an onboard menu here with easy to read and easy to operate buttons
So
here.
this is where you're going to do all your setting. You can do your timer mode, you can do your continuous output. This is where you change your levels, your duration, your fan speed, so you can control your output. Switched it on. You can hear the pump already pumping through the water. That's making sure all the water is filtering through the back and flowing over to the top. So when you fill the water up, it's not just sitting in the reservoir, it's actually flowing through so you can have the right amount of water in the tank.
But there's no water in here yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Right. So the tank will take up to 2 gallons of distilled water.
Okay.
All right. And there's a fill line, if you can see it, on the top of the tank.
Okay.
So you know this is where you should stop when you fill up the water. I've seen what's happening when customers fill up the front reservoir, they're doing it with the power off. So there's no suction from the pump to pull the water to the back to fill up the back tank to cover the atomizers.
And we can see this just timed out, so it will only stay on for a short time anyway.
Because there is no water in there to actually keep it going.
Let's do this again. Let's turn this on and get this thing filled up. So power off, power on, it's running, take it away.
Let's fill up the water.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned before, you use 2 gallons of water in this unit.
And notice when you're filling this up that the noise kind of goes away, right?
Exactly, because the water is actually filling and coming over the atomizer, so now it's actually doing what it's supposed to do.
Makes sense.
And now, as you can see, the water is cascading over into the front tank.
Now we got the water in, so it's time to put the fog fluid in. Again, it doesn't really matter what order you do those things in?
No, it doesn't really matter what order you do it in, so that's okay. Right. Now with the fog fluid, you can use either fog or haze fluid depending on how thick you want the output to be.
Now, what's the important thing about filling this tank? Should it be all the way up, basically, all the way full?
I mean, you can fill it up all the way if you're planning on using this for a long period of time. It's going to take a long time for you to run out of fog fluid. You're going to run out of water faster than you run out of fog fluid.
Gotcha. So we've got all of our fluids in, the menu is on, everything's on, and this thing is ready to go.
You mentioned that if the unit is set to 1%, you're only getting water vapor. So we're going to duplicate that setting right now from the menu.
Great.
So we're going to go through and we're going to set our volume at 1%. And then we're going to go to our fan and set our fan speed at 1%. So you're going to cycle out of the menu, go to where it says ready to Cumulus. And now you're going to hit your volume button.
So again, right now we've got volume at 1%, fan at 1%.
Right. So only thing that's coming out is water vapor.
Great. And obviously we have some air conditioning fans going on in the room a little bit, but you can see it is a dense effect, kind of a heavier looking, dry ice looking effect.
Exactly. So the more you increase the volume, the more it's going to blend in the fog fluid.
Perfect.
And then you're going to get a more thicker output.
Thanks very much for walking us through this process. It's a fantastic machine, and this has been very helpful for me, I know, in kind of understanding how this works a little bit better and how to set it up. Hopefully you found it helpful as well, because you really do want to get your hands on one of this. This is the Cumulus from Chauvets DJ. consistent, continuous low-lying fog effect without dry ice, just using some distilled water and regular fog or haze fluid.
Correct.
A couple menu adjustments, you have DMX control, and you are ready to create some amazing effects that are real money makers for you. So, once again, thanks for watching on behalf of Chauvet DJ. I'm Jeff Short with Raglan Jones. We'll see you next time.